Okay, I got a request to make a quick tutorial on crushers, in Hexen mode specifically, but since that's the only one I use, it works out pretty good. I just threw together this little quick wad. This first sector here has the line def action 205, which is ceiling generic crush. What this one does is it crushes at the speed you determine, and then raise movement amount is how much you want it to raise upwards, and it happens fairly instantly, and then your crush damage is obviously crush damage. So I'll show you how this one works. As you can see, I just lowered it by like 16 just to designate it as a crusher so that you can see it for the sake of the tutorial, but it doesn't have to be exposed. You can actually have it raised up or flush with the ceiling. But I'm going to go into chase cam mode. You can see that this one moves up fairly instantly, and that's what that line def action would do for you. That one's good if you're trying to kill the player pretty quick. I mean, you can change the damage, of course, but at least physically it looks like it's moving pretty quick. So again, it's just make sure your line defs are facing the right way. You know, you see this little knob, see how I'll be facing this way, especially if you're doing a player walks over, because if not, they'd have to walk over this way and then off that side in order to get it to work. This crusher is pretty easy as well. This is Action 196, Ceiling Crush Start A. This one's a bit more standard. You set your sector tag, and then you have your crush movement speed and your race movement speed. So that means, unlike the first one, where you have to figure out mathematically how high you're supposed to raise it, this one will just raise by itself and then crush again. So I'd suggest this one to use more common, because it looks the cleanest and it's easiest to do as well. And then, just for the sake of it, I did a floor crusher as well. These aren't as customizable as the other ones. This is line def action 28, just floor crusher start. Set the sector tag, and then all it has is movement speed and crush damage. It doesn't return or anything, but I'll demonstrate these other two to you. As you can see, this one just moves at a normal pace. And then the floor crusher just ruins you. But that's really all there is to it for crushers. Relatively simple setup. You can do some advanced type crushers in ACS scripting, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. But definitely look for it in the future. If you have any questions or comments or requests, just feel free to hit me a message.